Hey happy people, what's up? I'm Jordan.
And I'm Joelle, and
you're
you're watching
watching
A Double Dose of Entertainment. We're here to give you all the latest entertainment news, so let's jump right into our hot topics of the week.
First up, we have to talk about Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this past week on Saturday evening, well actually Saturday afternoon, late afternoon, Whitney Houston, of course R&B legendary singer, passed away in a Beverly Hills hotel.
She was actually in the Beverly Hills Hotel for the weekend before the Grammys. As everyone knows, the Grammys came on this past Sunday, and she was found in her hotel room in the bathtub, supposedly underwater. The details are still kind of emerging. Underwater, unresponsive, unconscious, and efforts were made to try to perform CPR to revive her, and obviously those efforts were not successful. She was transported to the hospital afterwards, and she was pronounced dead at 3:55 p.m. in Beverly Hills, California.
She was actually in her hotel room with a bunch of her people that worked for her. I believe it was her publicist that found her in the bathtub. She was getting ready for Clive Davis's party. It was again the night before the Grammys, and she had just earlier that week on Thursday, Kelly Price had a party, a pre-Grammy party, and she attended. She was a audience in the show. Kelly was singing, and I think a few other artists, and Whitney in the middle of the show said, "That's enough, give me the mic, I want to sing." And they have her recorded singing, and she seemed to be okay.
Yeah.
And I guess they unfortunately lost her life on Saturday. She's only 48 years old, which is very young, and of course everyone knows what kind of struggles that she's been through with different things in her life, with substance abuse and things of that nature. But unfortunately she did lose her life. But through it all, Whitney was a great legend and an incredible voice.
Yeah.
Incredible talent, and she will forever be missed.
Yeah, our hearts go out to her daughter, Bobby Christina, who's only 18 years old. And there's been a lot of talk about her having to go to the hospital after she found out that her mother died, which, I mean, you never know the story behind everything, but I can only imagine how her daughter is feeling, also how her ex-husband Bobby Brown is feeling, her mother Cissy Houston is feeling, and they're having the ceremonies this weekend in New Jersey, where she's from, in Newark, and she will be buried in Westfield, New Jersey. And I don't know, I just think that all the speculation, all of the tabloid reports, all of the things, all of the negative things that are on TV are just, I mean, it's still, at the end of the day, it's still someone's life.
I think so too. I think it's a shame that some of the things that they're showing are just her when she was at the low points of her life. A lot of the pictures that they're showing on the news of her acting out or acting, not in, I guess, a normal manner. And Whitney was a beautiful person. She has plenty of videos and footage and photos of her singing and being a mother. She loved her daughter, being a good wife. Her and Bobby Brown were very much in love when they were married. And it's just unfortunate that the tabloids are choosing to show her the other part of her life and not show her as a full person as she was.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. She's actually just finished taping a movie with Jordan Sparks that's coming out. It's called Sparkle, coming out in August. So I'm sure this will all be brought up again, and as details emerge, we'll of course keep everyone updated. And of course, you can turn on the television, turn on the radio, go on the internet. You can't go anywhere without really seeing or hearing about it, and it'll just be interesting to see how that plays out. So as we all know, Jennifer Hudson sung a tribute to Whitney the next day, the day after Whitney Houston passed away, at the Grammy Awards.
She did a phenomenal job. I didn't actually get to see it live, but we did, of course, YouTube and everything. We did get to watch it back, and she looked beautiful. And I liked how poised she was when she did it. She didn't make it about her. She sounded great. She didn't try to sing it like Whitney, which I was surprised. She sung "I Will Always Love You" in her own way, and I thought she did an incredible job, and she really did pay tribute, especially since the last time she did it, she sung the song for Whitney, and also was so recent. I think a lot of people were thinking the tribute was going to be a bit bigger, because if you remember when Michael Jackson died, the BET Awards did a huge thing. I feel like everyone who performed part of a Michael Jackson song or made a big deal. But it was also 3 days after he died. He died on June 25th, and the awards were 3 days after, June 28th. And they had more time to do a big production and to get
change the
whole show. And I think everyone paid great respect to Whitney in regards to the time that they had. LL Cool J, who was the host of the Grammys, did a great job. And it was nice to see everyone. I know Alicia Keys mentioned her. Almost everyone who got up on stage did mention Whitney, and it was nice to see.
Yeah, and that brings us to our second hot topic, which is the Grammy Awards that happened this past Thursday. A lot of excitement mixed with, of course, different emotions. Ryan Seacrest, as you said before, interviewed Kelly Price, who was the last person to perform with Whitney. The red carpet, the first half an hour or so of I've watched the red carpet, and the first half an hour or so, I feel like Ryan, Juliana, Kelly, they didn't really know how to act towards the celebrities because they didn't know who was close with Whitney, you know certain people who are close with Whitney, but other people you may say, oh, well, I didn't even know, you were close, and they didn't really know how to ask, how to segue from talking about Whitney to, oh, so what are you wearing? Are you excited about the Grammys? Are you excited about who's nominated? So it was kind of an awkward or strange atmosphere on the red carpet, but then everything kind of started building up a little bit, and we saw a lot of the fashions on the red carpet. Taylor Swift, I thought, looked better than she normally does. Yeah, better than she normally does. She had on a gold dress with a high neckline, which seemed to be the trend of the night. Carrie Underwood had on a high neckline.
Alicia Keys had it wasn't a high neckline, but she did have a big gold detail on her dress that kind of went along with the whole high neckline.
I thought that obviously the biggest fashion topic of the night was Nicki Minaj.
Oh yeah, I don't know, Nicki. I don't know what you were thinking. I don't know. I just don't know. When she walked in, I actually saw her get out of the car, and she had on a red. I'm sure everyone saw it. She had on a red big thing, she looked like a cardinal,
cape,
a cape
by Versace.
And she was walking with someone who's dressed like the Pope.
And then she had her performance, which was kind of like a confession, the sacrament of confession. She did that whole thing, which was kind of weird and strange. It was like an exorcism type thing. And I just thought that it was kind of unnecessary. I thought that she could have gone a million other different directions than to do that. I mean, of course, she is talented. It was very creative, but I just don't think that that was the route to go.
I don't think so either. But of course, Nicki wasn't the only one who performed at the Grammys. A whole bunch of other artists performed. Adele had a huge night, going home with 6 Grammys. Her performance was absolutely incredible of Rolling in the Deep. She looked amazing. She had a great night. She was so happy, and I was very pleased with her.
Yeah, I thought the Grammys overall were amazing. As we said before, the Whitney's tribute, everyone paying their respects to Whitney, as well as the winners, the fashion, everything was just spot on. The Grammys were really, really good this year.
They were very good. Of course, I'm not going to mention that Beyonce wasn't up for anything. She kind of got stiffed at the Grammys, but that's another topic.
Yeah, but it seems like Sunday nights are the past couple of weeks have been big for television on Sunday nights. We had the Super Bowl, the Grammys, and then this Sunday coming up, we have a 2-night premiere of the new season of Khloe and Lamar. Of course, Khloe Kardashian Odom and Lamar Odom. Khloe Kardashian from Keeping Up with the Kardashians and the whole Kardashian empire. And her husband, Lamar Odom, will be taking the stage on E! On Sunday night and Monday night for their 2-night premiere of Khloe and Lamar. And it's going to be filled with drama. Khloe's on a bunch of talk shows now. She just did the Today Show live with Kelly and talking about all the drama. Their unexpected move to Dallas, still trying to have children, everything. Rob was living with them when he was on Dancing with the Stars. So I'm really looking forward to
I'm looking forward to it, too. I watched a couple of their episodes from the end of last season, and it was Khloe being very upset that she hasn't gotten pregnant yet. Yeah. And that's been a huge problem with her. And well, it hasn't been a problem with her and Lamar, but she's just been feeling a lot of pressure from not only her parents, but from the media and from herself, I think, too. And, I guess seeing Courtney, and she's about to have her second baby, she kind of feels left out. I guess Khloe has been married for a decent amount of time, especially for how long her and Lamar knew each other before they got married.
Right.
So, and of course she's helping out Kim. We probably see Kim in a couple of the episodes after the divorce and everything. So I think Khloe and Lamar would be great.
I think Khloe is definitely my favorite Kardashian.
Oh, yeah.
I think she's the most real. I mean, people are saying that she's not a Kardashian, which that might have something to do with it. But I don't know. I just like her so much better than Kim and Courtney.
I love Kim and Courtney, and I think that they're real in their own ways, but I think Khloe is the most in touch with reality.
Yeah. And as we said, Sunday nights are a big night for TV, especially during this time of the year.
Award season.
And yeah, the Oscars are coming up next Sunday as well, so that'll be interesting to see how the ratings go between the Oscars and Chloe Lamar. I think that the Oscars will get a little bit more because Chloe Lamar is a two-night premiere.
Yeah, I think so too. I hope that, I'm sure they will on Monday night play the Sunday night episode first and then the Monday night, so we can all enjoy the Oscars, the red carpet and everything on Sunday, and then catch both episodes of Chloe and Lamar on Monday.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the fashion at the Oscars.
Oh,
that's
of
the
course.
most, that's the Academy Awards are the most prestigious by far out of all of the awards. And everyone just goes all out for their outfits, and I love to watch the red carpet for that.
The red carpet is absolutely my favorite. It's, you know, of course, we'll keep you all updated with the fashion, who's won.
Yeah.
You know, maybe there'll be some couples that are together at the red carpet or that aren't together on the red carpet. So we'll see with that also.
Yeah, and speaking of couples, we just celebrated Valentine's Day this
Happy
week.
Valentine's Day,
Day,
everyone.
to everyone. We did talk about Valentine's Day a little bit last week on our show. And we talked about the couples in Hollywood that have been together for a long time. As we said, Denzel Washington and his wife have been together for 28 years. Kira Sedgwick and Kevin Bacon for 23. But this week, we're going to talk about some couples that have been recently spotted together within the past couple of weeks or months, and maybe celebrated Valentine's Day this week together.
Our first couple who is newly spotted is Jennifer Aniston and Justin Theroux.
Number 2, they were actually spotted at a couple of award shows, and they've been going together for a little bit of time now, George Clooney and Stacy Keibler.
And number 3, we have Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively.
And number 4, Ryan Gosling and Eva Mendes. That's a very good-looking couple.
Yes. And number 5, we have a couple that we've talked about on our radio show. We had a whole story on them, is J-Lo and Casper Smart, who is her dancer.
Yeah. And number 6, we have Ashley Simpson and Vincent Piazza, who Ashley Simpson has a child with Pete Wentz.
Yes.
And now they're spotted together, and Jessica Simpson should be popping out that kid any second now. It seems like she's been pregnant forever.
Yeah. Number 7 on our list is Jordan Sparks and Jason Derulo, which was a newly, definitely confirmed couple.
Yeah. Number 8, we have Penn Badgley and Zoe Kravitz.
And our last couple is Bradley Cooper and Zoe Saldana.
And speaking of couples, of course, we cannot talk about couples in Valentine's Day without talking about the royal couple.
Yes.
And this was their first Valentine's Day as a married couple, but they weren't together. They weren't together for the day, but Kate was spotted out. And they have recently produced or manufactured Barbie doll versions, Barbie and Ken doll versions of William and Kate, which will be out in April, just in time for their 1-year anniversary, which is on our birthday, April 29th.
And maybe with a doll, maybe Beyonce and Jay-Z will buy one for their baby. Did you all see pictures of their baby this week?
She's so cute.
She's adorable. Blue Ivy pictures were released last Friday, a week ago, and they were online. Beyonce and Jay-Z did it nonchalantly, of course, through a Tumblr account. They have a picture of the baby by herself, Beyonce holding the baby with blue nail polish, which I think is so cute. And they have a picture of Jay-Z holding her also.
Yeah, she's absolutely adorable. If you haven't seen the pictures, check it out. They're all over the internet. And as we said last week, we're going to have a special segment on our show every week where we tell you our obsessions. And we got a lot of good feedback on our obsessions from last week.
I felt under pressure this week to pick my obsession because everyone last week was saying how good the Sure Thing Pandora radio is.
Yeah.
So I hope I don't disappoint. I'm sorry.
My obsession for this week, I don't know how recent it is, but apparently a lot of people use it, is Pinterest.com. And if you haven't gone on, go on. It's interest with a P in front.com. And you don't have to have an account to make one. I don't have an account yet. But it's basically a public corkboard, and you can pin pictures up, like you pin pictures on a corkboard, of anything that you like, be it wedding dresses, cakes, anything, outfits. A lot of people post outfits. And you can, when you click on it, you see where that person that pinned it, where their account is. And then usually if you click on it again, it will bring you to the website where it originally came from.
Okay.
And it's just, oh my God, you'll be on there for hours. And you just see so many things, and there's so many cute ideas. I was looking through it, and it's probably a really bad procrastination tool. But you look through it, and you're like, oh my God, I like that one too, I like that one too. And you just see what other people like, and people post really interesting things on there.
Okay. Well, my obsession for this week, every Sunday I paint my nails. Well, at least I try to every Sunday. And this week I felt as though I did a really good job. It looked like I went to go get my nails done. And all week I've been staring at my nail polish. I don't know if it's this color or if it's because I actually did a good job this week. But this week I have on Essie nail polish, Green Port, which is the blue color that you see. And I'm kind of very into this fashion of the ring finger, different color. So this week on my ring finger, I have Ulta brand sequins. So that's Essie Green Port nail polish and Ulta brand sequins. So if you guys, want to take a look at it and try it, that's what it's called. And I am in love with this nail polish color this week. So that is my obsession.
And our obsession together is Crumbs Cupcakes.
Yes.
If anyone has not had Crumbs Cupcakes, you have to go. You can order them online, and there's also a bunch of stores throughout the country, but there's
mainly in New York.
A lot in New York City, a couple in New Jersey, and throughout the country. They're all over the place, mainly in bigger cities. But these cupcakes are absolutely incredible. They have them for every holiday, every flavor you can think of, they have.
They do, and it's the icing. There's times when I just was telling Joelle yesterday, we actually got Crumbs Cupcakes as a gift for Valentine's Day from our parents. And yesterday I was eating one and I was like, oh, it's the icing that's so good. That's what's getting me, it's the icing. Then as I was eating more, no, it's the cake. It's the actual cake part. It's so good. It's like nothing you've ever had before. So go out and try Crumbs Cupcake if you have never had one.
If any of you that are watching right now have obsessions and want to let us know to let everyone else know, or have tried any of our obsessions and you want to let us know what you think, you can visit our website at www.jordanandjoelleonline.com, or you can keep up with us on the radio every Friday night on WLOY.org from 7 to 9 p.m. Of course, there's so many social networking sites now. We have Facebook, facebook.com/JordanandJoelleOnline, or you can follow us on Twitter @JordanandJoelle.
Thank you so much for watching this week. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Joelle.
And this is a double dose of entertainment.